And to those crusty, musty dingleberries who are suing my girl Chloe for daring have a business named Chloe's Giant Cookies, named after, checks notes, herself, because they also have a business, just like 25 other people in this country, named Chloe's Cookies, named after, checks notes, their dog.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into the drama surrounding Chloe's Giant Cookies and the lawsuit that she's currently facing for using her own name. It is unhinged and wild, the level of entitlement that the suers have, and we're going to talk about it. Let's go, guys. So basically, this is going to be a lesson in how to kill your small business in 2.5 seconds. Back in November, Chloe from Chloe's Giant Cookies received a cease and desist letter. It's interesting because she says in her explanation of all of it that it came a couple days after she was announced that she was going to go on Gordon Ramsay's baking show. So to me, it's like, that's a weird coincidence considering of all the 25 other small businesses with cookies and Chloe in the name. She is the only one that's getting targeted with a lawsuit. Now, who are the people suing her? Well, we have Ken and Cheryl here from Chloe's Cookies. And if we take a little sneaky peeky, I am on their website and their About section. Simple beginnings, irresistible cookies. The concept was simple. Chloe's Cookies was founded by Ken and Cheryl after an out-of-town visit with their sons. Their sons being brought up will be significant in the near future. While traveling, they sampled wonderfully decadent chocolate chip cookies. Ken's initial response, "I can beat that." And he did. It's a very interesting initial response to a delicious cookie. Not, this is so yummy. Okay. Ken has a passion for cooking and continues to challenge the culinary norm, sharing his creations to the delight of all that know him. So it's not surprising that he created a recipe for the most irresistible cookies. But don't take our word for it. You be the judge. Our mascot, who is Chloe? So glad you asked. Chloe is the wonderful four-legged rescue that joined our family in 2013. She is a cancer survivor and volunteers as a therapy dog at the local children's hospital and a children's advocacy center. Chloe's filled with love and brings smiles to all that she visits, and so Chloe's Cookies is sharing the love with chocolate. So that's Ken and Cheryl who are suing Chloe's Giant Cookies. Now, first of all, a lot of you will notice the name isn't even the same. It uses Chloe's, it uses cookies, but Chloe's Giant Cookies has giant cookies and she's named Chloe. They're her cookies. So, I mean, it just makes sense that she would name her business after herself with a descriptor of her cookies, right? So she took to TikTok to explain a little bit what was happening, and we're going to go ahead and watch that now.
This is not something that I wanted to be making a public statement about, but it is a reality of my life right now, and I'm going to share with you something that I have been battling for a few months. My name is Chloe Sexton. I am the owner of Chloe's Giant Cookies. I actually got my start here on TikTok because when I told my employer during the pandemic that I was pregnant, they fired me. And baking and shipping cookies was how I was able to support my family while having our son. In return, the internet blew my life up and made me incredibly successful, which in turn made me financially able to put my mother in hospice and give her dignity when she passed from brain cancer, and subsequently start raising my little sister. I owe all of my successes to the audience that I have here on the internet, and I am so grateful for you. On November 17th, I announced to the internet that I was going to be on Gordon Ramsay's first baking show. 3 days later, I received this expedited piece of mail telling me that someone was suing me for using the name Chloe's Giant Cookies with the help of my lawyer and my...
So to me, that is incredibly sus. The fact that she announces, hey, I'm going on Gordon Ramsay's baking show. I don't know, maybe Chloe's Cookies, like the other two, Ken, maybe he tried out, auditioned for it, and was rejected. if it's like an audition type thing and he got rejected. So now, I mean, Chloe's Giant Cookies is going to take all of the attention away from him and their cookie shop, even though, you know, they're in different states, but with the publicity of going on national television and having that extra publicity, like, yeah, eyes will be on her. Maybe it's jealousy, but yeah, I found that really interesting that 2 days after she announces, I'm going on this show, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're actually suing you for copyright infringements. Sound like a jealous couple of clout goblins, in my opinion.
Team, we have solidly proved that for many years, there have been 25 plus businesses we have found alone operating under some combination of the word Chloe's and cookies. They are not being sued, but I am. Furthermore, their name is not Chloe. Mine is. I do not wish the individuals posing this lawsuit any harm. However, I wish that this could have been resolved on a more human nature, given that finding me means knowing everything it has cost me to get where I am and the very special little person I did it for. I did make the offer to meet as just people without lawyers present and speak one-on-one on what we can do to make everybody involved happy. And it was expressed that they have absolutely no interest in speaking to me. I would be lying if I said I had not considered just doing a clean break to keep my family and everything I have built safe by changing my name and moving on. But I am not only responsible for what I want to do in my own comfort, I am also responsible for the example that I set for my little sister. And the example that I want to set is that what you work your whole life for, what you have built, is worth fighting for, especially if it is your actual name. Going forward, I will share with you as much as I can. I can't say with full honesty that I know exactly what I will do because my little sister and my family come first, and my mother would be ashamed if I didn't at least fight. The internet built my career. It built my platform, gave me everything I have today. And in return, I owe you my most authentic self. Sometimes that contains really painful bits. Thank you for everything you've already given me in life. Not just for me, but for Charlotte.
So that was her initial addressing things after she had received the lawsuit. So then more recently, she posted this.
Some things have been brought to my attention. So let's have a conversation. It was brought to my attention today that there are individuals interested in slandering me in regards to being threatened with a lawsuit. So let's look over some receipts. In November, I received this cease and desist. I was advised by my counsel to completely ignore it, mostly for the fact that if they intended.
So on screen, it says it's also far less likely they move forward in trademark lawsuits because they are so incredibly expensive. So that's a big thing is they're trying to cease and desist her. They're trying to send her all these threats about the fact that she's using her own name. And, you know, they use their dog's name first, I guess, I suppose. But the fact is that a trademark lawsuit is extremely expensive to go through and to get to litigation and all that stuff. It's wild that they'd come guns a-blazing to only her, the one who's getting attention, and try and shit on her success. That's what this feels like.
To sue me, they would have to sue more than 25 other businesses operating both here in the United States and internationally. Upon receiving the cease and desist, I called the number provided, trying to get in contact with somebody, and asked if this was serious. Furthermore, it protects me that my name is Chloe, and my cookies are in fact giant, and that is exclusively what I do. But that in turn would protect me. In January, I received this second piece of communication. I'll put it here, scrubbing any personal details from it. Upon investigation, my team reviewed the claim that my brand was doing harm to someone else's brand and found it without merit. Seeing as how I am both a TV personality and social media presence, and my logo is literally me. They then go on to make 7 demands if I don't want to go to litigation and have them file suit against me.
Not just 1, not 2, 7 demands. It's actually unhinged, the level of entitlement that these people have, and the fact that it's her own name and she named her own business and it's not even the exact same name is wild to me. These people are so out of touch.
Threats, including ceasing use immediately of Chloe's Giant Cookies brand name, any other mark, trade name, handle, domain, or designation containing blah. Remove, disable, or destroy all physical and digital materials displaying my name implementing commercially reasonable rebrand, provide an accounting of all of my revenue and profits derived under my name. Oh, and the best
Unhinged.
part, immediately issue a corrective notice on all of my social media channels where I have used my own name, giving it up. When I consulted with my lawyer about these issues, I expressed through my lawyer that doing that on social media would have serious repercussions. Furthermore, it was both mine and my lawyer's idea to offer to sit down in person, amicably, friendly, and speak about what I could do to help their brand instead of tear each other down. That was refused. Now, if any of my verbiage has confused anyone, I deeply apologize. I'll read you the final line. Notwithstanding your full and complete compliance with these demands, reserves the right to take action against you for all damages. Light research will tell you exactly how expensive and serious trademark litigation is in the United States. Finally, any slander that may be said against me, claiming that the finances we raised on GoFundMe, which are absolutely incredible, were for my personal gain, are blatantly false. My deepest hope is that 100% of what we raised never sees litigation and goes completely back to the people who helped me raise it. To add yet another layer to the details, since launching our GoFundMe, it has been made expressly clear that we are pending potential litigation, which is why we are preparing ourselves for a fight, because I was directly told to. We are not going to allow a smear campaign. We are not going to allow a man to stand on the neck of a woman-owned business in 2026 and succeed. And finally, this is the last time I'm going to address this. I don't wish anyone harm. I never did from the beginning. If I hadn't been told enough times in my own social media comment sections, it was unbelievable of me to make an offer so kind and so trusting from the beginning. I won't make it again.
Oh my gosh, what a mess. So a quick search on TikTok brought up all of these different ways that Chloe's Cookies has been used. Chloe's _cookies, Chloe.s_cookies, Chloe's Cookies 10, Chloe's Buff Cakes, which is Chloe from Chloe's Giant Cookies. Go follow her. She's great. She has beautiful looking cookies. We like Chloe. Oh, and also Chloe's Cookies up here, up top. Chloe, who we're talking about, endorses Chloe's Cookies up here at the top because a lot of people thought that it was her that was suing Chloe. Chloe was suing Chloe. It is not. It is not the same. Chloe Cookies. Chloe's Cookies. There are a bunch just on TikTok alone. And like Chloe had said, in the United States and internationally, there are 25 different small businesses under the same name. So all of that, plus the timing of the cease and desist and everything surrounding Chloe and her success is very sus. It's very obvious that they saw that she was getting on a TV show and she was getting all this extra attention and they got jealous and wanted to try and shut that shit down. But it is not going to work, Ken and Cheryl. Today is February 25th, and yesterday I found this on Chloe's alt account called Giant Cookie Lady. Having your sons send me threats really isn't a sweet look. Nice try, boys. And she has a few messages up on screen here. And Chloe also got backed by someone else named Jen, who you saw in the intro calling these people a couple of dingleberries.
And to those crusty, musty dingleberries who are suing my girl Chloe for daring have a business named Chloe's Giant Cookies, named after, checks notes, herself, because they also have a business, just like 25 other people in this country, named Chloe's Cookies, named after, checks notes, their dog. I hope every single one of y'all's pubes is ingrown. The both of y'all. What kind of evil layer shit y'all gotta be on to go after a girl who watched her mother die of brain cancer and then take in her little sister to raise as her own? Who hurt you? Honestly. Like seriously, like deep down. Sometimes when people do things I don't understand, I think, what happened to you? Did you wish that your mama breastfed you for longer or something? But also there's like the confidence also. Like to go up against someone who is so beloved by millions of people. Like, what did you think was gonna happen, bro? You think we're gonna just sit around and let you bully her like that? And do you know what community does best? Come together for the greater good, you crusty turd. Whatever Chloe decides is best, just know I will back her 1,000%. We have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars in days. I don't like a bully, okay? And watching this play out in real time and seeing you hurt my girl has pissed me off just enough to promise you that I will do whatever I can to make sure that Chloe has whatever she needs to be able to fight you. Legally, of course. You want to fight, you found it.
Standing up for Chloe, and they called her incompetent and all this stuff. So they're going after people with personal attacks and people who support Chloe and are just sending these empty threats, which is unhinged if you're threatening to sue someone, because it just makes you look terrible. It is so hurtful to your case to do stuff like this, and they're just shooting themselves in the foot, which I'm totally here for, because they don't deserve to win anything at all. But Chloe has officially raised over $50,000 in the GoFundMe in case they do decide to go forward with litigation. And like she said, everything will be returned because this is bullshit. She made her business when she was up on hard times during COVID, like so many of us were, and to be attacked and sent cease and desists and all of these threats and you better do this or we're going to escalate over her own name is unacceptable. Honestly, I think that Ken and Cheryl were not expecting this kind of backlash, but like, you can't just go around threatening people and threatening people's livelihoods and not expect them to stand up for themselves and, you know, call it out. It makes no sense. But what do you guys think of this entire situation? I think that Ken and Cheryl bit off way more than they can chew. I think sending their sons to threaten and harass Chloe was such a dumb thing. And to threaten to sue someone because they're using their own name for their small business is just asinine. And like I said, to me, it feels genuinely like a clout goblin move, like a jealousy move, because, oh, well, she's going on Gordon Ramsay's baking show and we didn't get a call back or call whatever, offer, whatever. And obviously Ken thinks that he's God's gift to baking and the baking world because he tried delectable cookies and thought, I can beat that. So little bit of a self-inflated sense of ego maybe is at play here. And I don't know. I just saw this and I was like, this is not okay. This is disgusting behavior. And here we are here to decide who we should support given all of the scandal evidence. And I think that we should go and support and give Chloe's Giant Cookies lots of love. It's clear that she puts passion into it. It's clear that she's worked her butt off from the beginning to make herself successful and get to where she is, to the point where she's going on a TV show with Gordon Ramsay. That's incredible. And for someone to try and like tear her down at her peak moment is awful and disgusting behavior. And I'm so glad she didn't just roll over in this fight. I'm glad she brought it to social media, because call that shit out. Do not allow people to step on your throat and walk all over you. 100%. That's what I have for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are having a beautiful, lovely, fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.